This isn't some made-up crap. This is my life. Or at least it was. I'm Mark, 32 years old, and for the past 2 years and 7 months, I've been living in a situation that, looking back, makes me want to punch myself in the face. How the hell did I get here? It started simple enough, like most train wrecks. I reconnected with Sarah, an old high school flame. We hadn't talked in 15 years, but a mutual friend's post popped up, and there she was. She was out of a relationship, a bad one, she said. Infidelity, apparently. Not hers, of course, always the other guy. I remembered her as a sweet, kind girl back in the day, so I thought, why not? I was 30, working a decent job, and honestly, a little lonely. First few dates were casual. Dinners, movies, the usual. Then she dropped the bombshells, one after another, like she was reading from a damn checklist. Single mom. 3 kids. 11, 8, and 6. 2 different baby daddies. Divorced once. The first marriage ended because of infidelity, again not hers. The second relationship, where she had 2 more kids, lasted 7 years and also ended because of infidelity. Still not hers. I remember sitting there, trying to process it all. 3 kids, 2 dads, 2 failed relationships ending in cheating. My gut was screaming, "Run, dude, run!" But then she'd look at me with those big, earnest eyes, telling me how hard it was, how she just wanted stability for her kids, how she'd been hurt. And like a complete idiot, I started to feel sorry for her. I actually thought, maybe I could be the guy who finally gives her that stability. Yeah, I know. Gag me with a spoon. She was in her last year of nursing school when we reconnected. That was interesting timing, wasn't it? I ended up helping her out, lending her money for books, covering some of her bills when things got tight. I was genuinely trying to be supportive. She worked hard, I'll give her that, but looking back, it felt less like support and more like an investment I was making in someone else's damn education. Things moved fast. Too fast. We started dating in November, and by February, she was moving into an apartment she couldn't afford, without help. And like the knight in shining armor I apparently was, I moved in. 3 months. 3 goddamn months, and I was playing house with a woman I barely knew and her 3 kids. I became an instant stepdad figure. The kids were alright, I guess. Loud, messy, kids being kids. Both their biological dads were involved, apparently. Good guys. So that was something. But my life, my space, my damn routine? Gone. Replaced with school runs, homework help, and endless kid-centric activities. Our life revolved around them. Her 2 younger kids were with us Monday through Friday during the school week, the oldest every other weekend. My days consisted of work, then coming home to chaos. We'd split the rent, groceries, utilities, so I wasn't outright supporting her financially, but let's be real, I was paying for a lifestyle that included 3 extra mouths to feed and clothe. And my free time? Forget about it. We don't share many hobbies, she'd say. No shit, because every spare minute was about the kids. When we didn't have the kids, she was working her 3 to 12-hour nursing shifts. And even then, I'd still watch the kids, pick them up from school at least once a week. It was a treadmill, and I was running damn hard just to stay in place. Then came the ultimatum. We were approaching our 3-year anniversary, and she dropped it on me like a ton of bricks. If we're not engaged by our 3-year anniversary, it's over. Just like that. No discussion, no? How do you feel about this? Just a line in the sand. My stomach dropped. I should have felt relieved, I know. This was my out, my chance to cut ties and run. But instead, I felt this knot of anxiety. Anxiety, for crying out loud. Why was I anxious about losing a situation that was clearly not working for me? Because I'd invested so much, I guess. Sunk cost fallacy, they call it. I'd poured time, effort, and what little sanity I had into this, and the thought of it all being for nothing, of having to start over, was terrifying. I respect your boundary, I told her, trying to sound reasonable. But I don't think there should be a timeline on love. Bullshit. I didn't respect it, not really. I just didn't want to blow up my life, not yet. I kept telling myself we had a solid relationship, that we were good partners. But were we? Or was I just clinging to the idea of a relationship, any relationship, because the alternative felt too daunting? Nurse, if you obviously don't know, they cheat a lot. 3 kids that aren't yours. Divorced. What else? Relationships ended due to cheating, and she's making demands. That's what a friend said to me, flat out, when I confided in him. He was right. Every damn word. Her track record was a disaster, and yet here I was, entertaining the idea of marriage. Why? Because I was weak. A pushover. She knew it too. That's why she was making demands. She knew she had me. I never really had time to truly date and get to know her again, not like you do when you're building a real connection. I stepped directly into the role of stepdad, into helping her afford rent. It was a hell of a jump, from not seeing her for 11 years to living with her and her 3 kids in 3 months. Time has flown by, I said to her once. We haven't had much time to focus on growth and development of our relationship, because life is so busy. She just shrugged. Her mom died 6 months into us dating, and I supported her through that. I broke my leg a year and a half in, and she supported me. We made a good team, she'd say. But a team doing what? Raising her kids? Paying her bills? When we did have time alone, it was always about the kids. What they needed, what school events were coming up, what new toys they wanted. It was never about us. Never about what we wanted, what we needed. I tried to talk about our future, beyond the kids, and she just nodded or changed the subject. And sex? You think it was some passionate, mind-blowing connection? Nah, probably just bare minimum. Starfish sex, if you were lucky. She never seemed to care about my pleasure, just getting it over with. It was just another chore on her list, I guess. I do a lot for her. She does a lot for me. We strike a good balance. That's what I kept telling myself. But the balance was always tilted. I was giving, and she was taking. And now she wanted to lock me down for life. I'm 32, she's 31. I kept repeating that to myself, trying to justify it. Like age was some kind of deadline for misery. The real kicker? I'm also unsure if I want biological kids of my own, though she has offered to give me a child before she turns 35. A child. My own child with her. An insurance policy, a permanent anchor. That's what it was. Not a loving gesture, but a strategic move. She'd already had 3 kids with 2 different men. What was one more to solidify her position? I put my story out on a few forums, looking for advice, for perspective, for someone, anyone, to tell me I wasn't crazy. Some of the more understanding types, the ones who probably thought I was a monster for even hesitating, said, "Well, she's been with you for 3 years, she's a single mother, you have to be serious with her. You can't blame her." That was a load of crap. But then there were the others, the guys who'd been there, seen it, lived it. They didn't mince words. Bro, walk away. Run while you have the chance. Women out there use guys just like you. They were the ones who truly understood. Why'd you get back with her? Were there any other girls out there that you can get with after all this time? You're 32, your prime is just beginning. You want kids one day? Get in with someone that doesn't have kids. If you don't want kids, why are you with a single mom with 3 kids? It hit me then, like a punch to the gut. I had no good answers. No real answers, anyway, beyond my own damn weakness and fear of being alone. She didn't behave in any way that showed she was in love with me, that she cared about me. It was all about the kids, about me babysitting the kids, helping her pay the bills. It wasn't an accident she moved into a place she couldn't afford 3 months into us dating. She knew what she was doing. She knew I'd step up. So I ended it. It wasn't some grand, dramatic breakup. Just a quiet conversation. I told her I couldn't do it. I couldn't commit to marriage, not when I felt like I was already married to her kids and her bills, not to her. She got mad, of course. Accused me of leading her on, of being selfish, of not caring about her and her children's future. The usual blame game. "You're making me feel unsafe right now," she even said, playing the victim. Bullshit. I was setting a boundary, something I should have done from day one. The move out was rough. Packing my stuff, seeing my life in boxes. The kids looked confused, maybe a little sad. I felt a pang of guilt for them, but it wasn't my fault their mom kept picking the wrong guys. I wasn't their father. I was just the latest in a long line of men she'd used to prop up her life. After I moved out, the clarity started to hit me. It was like a fog lifting. I saw the patterns, the manipulation. She didn't want a partner, she wanted a provider, a live-in nanny, an ATM. And I, in my pathetic eagerness to save someone, had fallen right into her trap. "You're supposed to support me, not judge me," she used to say. But support meant blind obedience to her demands, no questions asked. I started spending more time with my buddies. They'd seen it, they'd warned me, but I was too deep in it to listen. Now they just nodded, offered me beers, and shared their own war stories. "Dude, I hate ultimatums," one of them said. "No matter who it comes from. If she's telling you that you got 3 years, fine. I'm good with walking away before that." Another one laid it out for me. "She's had 2 failed marriages, and now she's putting pressure on you for a third. The common denominator in all 3 of these relationships is her. Don't wait the 3 years." It all started to make sense. My professional life had been suffering. I was constantly stressed, distracted. My sleep was shot, my appetite was all over the place. I was walking on eggshells at home, and that tension bled into everything else. I was using work as a refuge, staying late just to avoid going home to the chaos. My colleagues noticed, too. They probably thought I was going through some midlife crisis. The separation wasn't easy, practically speaking. Finding a new place, getting all my stuff settled, disentangling what few joint accounts we had. But the relief, man, the sheer, unadulterated relief of waking up in my own quiet apartment, with no demands, no kids crying, no constant pressure, was worth every damn penny and every moment of discomfort. I'm rebuilding. Learning to trust my gut again. Recognizing the red flags I so blindly ignored before. The scarcity mindset, as some call it, that feeling like you can't do any better, that you have to settle for whatever comes along. That's what gets you into these situations. That's what allows women to have that high-mighty attitude, to treat guys like shit, because they know there's a never-ending supply of weak, desperate guys like I used to be. Sarah, well, I hear through the grapevine she's already reconnected with another old flame. Some guy from her college days. Probably going through the same damn song and dance. "That's not who I am anymore," she'd say, avoiding consequences, but people don't change that easily. Her social circle will catch on, her professional reputation will suffer, her financial situation will be a constant struggle because she expects someone else to always pick up the tab. The isolation will eventually set in. Her manipulation tactics will stop working when people recognize the pattern faster. She'll face the consequences of her actions alone, eventually. That's the cold hard truth. I hope he makes the right choice, this new guy. But usually these guys don't. They learn the hard way. I did. And it was a hell of a lesson. But I'm better for it. Stronger. Wiser. And I'll never let myself be that weak, blue pill simp again. Remember, guys, they control the keys to the bedroom, but we control the keys to relationships. Don't ever forget that.